Hey everyone, Kupo here and welcome back to my Chrono playthrough. Today we are going to start going through Fort Dragonia. Now, if you have not done the Water Blessing side quest like we did, you might be thinking, am I ever going to get the chance to get the frog prints? And the answer is yes. If you don't have the frog prints yet, there is a Dragoon that will be standing here, 755 HP, red innate. Defeat him and you will get the frog prince summon that way. And you'll get one of the growth levels that you missed as well. Yeah, but because we did the water dragon side quest, that's not there, but just as a heads up. So what we need to do is we need to now descend into the depths of the fort. And today we'll be covering the first floor and the first 4 trials that are in this area. You'll see that we've got a record of fate here, but we've also got 4 discs on the floor here that we need to illuminate into their correct colors. So we're going to do the rooms from left to right, starting with the yellow room. And the yellow room is a maze. And basically we need to flip different switches in this labyrinth and we will get different paths. But I'm going to get into some encounters as well. Show you all the enemies here, you know, that sort of thing. Starting with these Googles. 180 HP, yellow innate. And probably at this point, Glenn is a bit of a beat stick. So don't be surprised if Glenn is one-shotting these bad boys. Didn't happen there. But it's all okay. But you may notice Sarge actually has a new element in his level 5 slot, the Luminaire. If you are familiar with Chrono Trigger, you know that Luminaire is Chrono's ultimate ability. And the same is true, well, here. It's not Sarge's ultimate ability, but it's very powerful. Deals quite a bit of white damage to all characters. All enemies, to be more specific. And there we go. It's a really, really powerful ability for this stage of the game. Anyway, what we need to do is we need to carry on making our way through the labyrinth. Let's just take out this Google as well. Okay, and now that that's done, I want to go down here. And we're going to go into this room here. Don't worry about that switch in the top left-hand corner just yet. And I want to examine this, this switch. Now, this is very important. We Dragonians, are comprised of a head, body, and tail. Thou must change the order of the head, body, and tail to unveil a new path. It will then designate your characters with a body part. So let it be the head, body, and tail. This means that Sarge is currently the head, is always the head. Glenn is always the body, and then Lena is always the tail. And what we need to do is that we then need to alter the party order, not just by selecting the select button, the minus button, sorry, because all that does is that it cycles through each of them being the head, but we also need to swap around the order of them as well. Anyway, as the head, body, and tail, we need to examine this blue switch to open them up. So you'll notice that Sarge is always ahead of Glenn, Glenn is always ahead of Lena. However, if I then was to step on this, you'll notice now that Glenn is always ahead of Sarge, Sarge is always ahead of Lena. So things have changed slightly. So remember that Sarge was the head. Now Glenn is Glenn's at the front, he is the body, so our current order is body, head, and tail. So what we actually want to do is we want to do it so it's body, tail, then head. That's what we're aiming for. So I'm actually going to switch them back. So now, the order is Glenn, Lena, and Sarge, and that is body, tail, and head. But I'm just showing you what that blue switch does, because it's very important to get all the items here. Okay, we are now body, tail, and head, and you'll notice as we go back into the room that some things have changed around. We can no longer access that blue switch, but that's okay. We've already activated it, and you'll see there's this platform that is right here now blocking the way. And what that does is that it actually gives us access to that treasure chest. So different combinations of messing around with things will lead us to different treasure chests, different switches. And that's ultimately what we're looking for. Okay, what's next? Next, I want tail, then head, then body, which is, for me, is Lena, then Sarge, then Glenn. Excellent. And so, with this maze, we will be able to access another treasure chest. You'll notice the path to the Earth Charm has now gone. And we can now access this treasure chest right here. We do unfortunately have to take the long way around to reach it. But it is what it is. Okay, going to go here. Pick this up and we'll get the Electro Bolt. There is one more sequence that we need, but we need to go back to the blue switch to use it. So we need tail, body, head this time, which is Lena, Glenn, Sarge, but we're currently unable to do that just by using the minus button. So I keep on calling the minus button the select button. So if I ever do that and I don't catch myself, that's what it means. Okay, so we now need to use this blue switch to do some shenanigans. Okay. And this is now the Lena, Glenn, Sarge order, which is tail, body, head. And so one more thing has happened in the maze. Let's go back and see what's what. So now we can come down here. And you'll notice that there is a path to this gravestone type thing just above us now. That's what's changed. So now we can take these stairs, examine the gravestone. Down it goes, and finally, there's a lot of walking involved in this trial, but eventually we will complete the maze, come down here, activate or deactivate the pillar here. By deactivating this pillar, a dragon will appear in a room that we haven't been to yet. But yes, that is one down. 3 more to go in this episode on this floor. So now that the yellow room is done and dusted, let's carry on going around the room clockwise to the green room, which is over here. If you're ever not confident... Actually, no, it's the blue room next. I'm lying. Blue room's next. If you're ever not confident, feel free to save between each room using the Record of Fate. I'm backing myself, but that doesn't mean you have to. Okay, so there's this rather annoying Google flying around. Feel free to get into combat with it. But yeah, we need to use these treasure chests to change the orientation of those paths. We got some mini level ups there, so I'm going to try and avoid unnecessary fights unless I... Actually, there aren't any unnecessary fights I can avoid. That's unfortunate. But yeah, we got our mini level up. Using our elements. Okay. Now for this path, I actually want to change it so that we're going through the middle door there. And then I'm going to change these chests so that we can hop in and see what's what. In we go. Okay. Open this and we'll get the sea charm. So, something really annoying about this. There's two rooms. The one we've just been in. And there's another one which is over here. And I'm just going to show off what's in the other room. Hold on. So here we are going to change it so that we are up here. So one room will have the sea charm in. What's in the other room? Rather annoyingly, it's a forced encounter against the Dragoon. Dragoon, as I said, 755 HP in the boss version. This is the normal version, so it only has 750. Okay, but honestly, despite its large amount of health, he's a bit of a pushover. I wouldn't worry too much about him. We'll use Ice Blast here. Lena's also unlocked her level 5 tech, Maiden's Heart. All that does is that it will make all your... It will make all your elements that you've previously used. God, I had to think hard about that. All the elements that you previously used will become freely available again. Also, I think I must have my stats wrong, because every wiki I've seen for that Dragoon is 750 HP. That was 400. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. If you know any better than me, feel free to comment below how much HP it actually has. I've got it written down here as 750, but that's clearly false. So yeah, one room will have the sea charm, one room will have the Dragoon, and which one is which is random, just as a heads up. So now I want to set these treasure chests so that the path is going down. I also want to set the treasure... Oh, wrong one. I also want to set these treasure chests so that this path connects. Alright, so far so good. Don't forget to hit this switch so we have an easy way out. Save if you're feeling not confident about your current setup. And then we're going to run into this. Alright, this big boy has 800 HP, 8 AP, and is blue innate. So we want to open here with Lena. She's going to do 1, 2, 2 to get to level 5. Excellent. And Giant Gloop is going to use Gooey Goo. It can sometimes miss, but evade is temporarily decreased. That's not the end of the world. Next up is Glenn. I want to get him to level 4. Excellent. And now I'm going to use Magnify so that Lena's elements can do more damage. Giant Gloop's going to do more damage as well, but we're actually okay with that. We now want to get Sarge to element power level 2 so that he can use Genius on Lena, and then we'll have another element power level to cast something later on. Okay, with that done, we can now start doing our damage. So Lena's going to open up with Ice Blast. There we go. So it's now the Gloop's turn. He's going to use Take In. 106 damage, that's quite a lot. That can do some rather nasty status effects. It can do any of Frozen, Flu, or Element Lock. So Frozen means you can't act, Flu means that your stamina recovery is reduced, and Element Lock would lock you out of that chosen element, which would be blue for us, which is really bad news. Frozen's not good. It's really not good. So we might have to make it up now. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have to use Glenn's Aqua Beam here, which is not ideal. I don't think it's gonna matter, but we're about to find out. Now that we have an all-blue field, we have completed the summoning conditions for Frog Prince. In order for Frog Prince to be summoned, we have to have a completely blue field. So now that that's happened, here we go, Frog Prince, boom. You can only use Frog Prince with a completely blue field. If you try selecting it without a completely blue field, you won't be able to select it. It's as simple as that. 555. Damage is an awful lot. And that's enough to win. Boom. Bye-bye, Gloop. That name's never going to stick. But a win's a win. If you absolutely have to, use medicine to recover any blue status ailments. And there we go. Okay, let's see what we get. Nothing good for Lena. Oh, Glenn's is trash as well. Sarge, though, gets strength and resistance, so, you know, it's fine. I find your terms acceptable. And we get a nice blast for winning. Okay. Next thing I need to do is turn off this blue pillar. We'll illuminate a second dragon in this as of yet determined room. And there we go. 2 down, 2 to go in this section. We're going to head down here. Oh, yeah, down the stairs. By the way, make sure, if you have any lingering status ailments from the previous battle, some status ailments linger, others don't. If you have a lingering one, it will appear in the top right-hand corner. I'm talking about flu specifically after that fight, but there's other ones as well that can be there, such as burns, which is a red ailment. Okay, with that out the way, let's go into this maze here. And the first thing I want to do is just go straight ahead. From here, I want to watch this Cybot's path very carefully, because you may be able to run away from it. There you go. I am going to take it on eventually anyway. If you're spotted, it will chase you, but I just wanted to show that it is possible to avoid it if you try hard enough. And we get a heal all and a bush basher. So there you go. You can just then sneak past it. But I want to show off the battle because, you know, why not? Why not? So here we've got the Cybot, 314 HP, yellow innate. It's just a beefcake, honestly, and has very high defense, which is super irritating, but it is what it is. You can see Glenn literally only doing 15 damage. So we use a dash and gash here. And that would do a non-zero amount, let's say. Don't worry too much about the Cybots just doing, not taking a lot of damage for the time being. It will get better. It will get better. We're going to carry on attacking here. We're going to try and get a Luminaire off. There we go, nice. And see, even though they've got high defense, you know, we've got some nice ones. So you'll notice as well, as I hover over them, you'll see that Luminaire might fatigue the enemy. Fatigue basically means that any actions will take a lot more stamina than usual. So just be aware of that. It's really annoying if it's on you. It's really great if it's on the enemy, obviously. That's kind of what we're looking for. There we go. Down they go. Beaten Earth. This could do a fair bit of damage to Glenn. It's going to completely kill the poor guy. Haha. Screw you. Okay, luckily though, we've got Revive +1. All's good. Lena can get some 222 in. And then she can get a Bush Basher. There you go, 127. Glenn can get some more attacks in. Oh yeah, Bush Basher could also poison, which is great. Sidebot has suddenly decided that it's going to be able to dodge quite a lot. But yeah, Sidebots are annoying more than a threat, I would say. I personally try and avoid them where I can. But yeah, I thought I'd show them off anyway. Okay, so now that that's done, I want to go down here and all the way around this MC Escher room, because there is one more treasure chest we can pick up on this path. But not before we get into another encounter with this Paperboy. Any others? No, that's a really bad encounter actually. Paperboys have 165 HP and are yellow and 8. Good news. So we're going to see if we can get Sarge to level 5 and use his Luminaire. There we go. Let's just use a 1 attack. Luminaire is an absolute godsend at this point in the game. Like, any multi-target magic spells are good. But Luminaire in particular is busted, if I do say so myself. Okay, so they should be low enough that... Yeah, of course Glenn had to miss. That's really annoying. As I was saying, they should be low enough that any Glenn strong attack should kill them. But obviously we can't do that now for all of them because the first one missed. Yeah, we use Dash and Gash. No reason not to. Okay. Small boosts again. We got a Weak-Minded, which is, you know, good at casting on enemies if we want, there's an antidote. If we want to deal even more damage to them, it lowers their magic resist. But right now, the combination of Genius and Magnify is more than good enough for us. Frog Prince is just absolutely busted. So something you may notice if I go to the menu super quick is that in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see that our stars are no longer 100% filled. We are now at 15 of 16. What does that mean? So basically, that is the current number of summon charges that you have out of the maximum number of summon charges. Depending on how many growth levels you have, that's the maximum number of times you can summon an element, such as the Frog Prince. And each time you do it, you lose a charge. And so right now we can do 15 more charges of Frog Prince. We get more charges as we get growth levels, obviously. In order to get your charges back, you can just rest it in. It's as simple as that. But honestly, we have more than enough charges to get us through the game. Okay, so if we're really smart now, we can avoid this sidewalk. But we have to be smart. I don't really want to fight him. That'd be kind of cringe. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There are other monsters that we can fight who will also provide us with the mini level up. Okay, so from here, we have another Paperboy that we can run into, but we have somehow avoided it. I will probably want to go back and fight it. Oh, here's another one. Yeah, I'm going to run into this one. There's actually a new enemy here. The combat, 200 HP, Blackenate. And obviously, since it's Blackenate, weak to spells like, oh, I don't know, Luminaire. Look at this. Luminaire might even one-shot the full health combat. That'll be amazing if that's the case. Not guaranteed, but, you know. Oh, very close. Very, very close. I think Lena can actually just finish this one off. And it's for... No, wrong one. Actually go after the combat. Just hit the thing. There we go. Okay, and then with Glenn, one strong attack should finish this one off. And then one strong attack should also finish this one off. No! Because he missed. I am not getting lucky with Glenn today. Like, I appreciate it's only like an 80% chance of hitting. But that 20% is coming up a lot. Oh, we get our mini level up as well. Strength and resistance, strength, magic and magic resistance, and magic and resistance. That's okay. It's not ideal, but, you know, it's all good. So we can avoid battles now. Without shame. Okay. There is one more enemy that you can run into here, the Alphabet, 100 HP, Blackenate. However, we can also run into it in the next level of Fort Dragonia, so I'm not going to go out of my way to find them now. If I happen to get into a random encounter where they're in, great. If not, it's fine. So yeah, you'll notice that those paper boys have a tendency to disappear. It means that you can just run past them. Grab this aero blaster and run straight back, otherwise you will get into an encounter with a sidebot. This sidebot's jumped down, which is incredibly generous of it, if I do say so myself. Okay, and now we should basically be home free. Hopefully this paperboy doesn't run into us. Good. It's behaving. Don't forget to flip this switch here so that we can return home. No, paperboy, leave me alone. I do not want to get into an encounter with you. Okay. We are good. Quickly check that we are all healed up. Looks like everyone's full health. Because we are going to get into a battle with this bad boy. This is the Taurusoid. 1200 HP, 11 AP, and is green innate. So, what are we going to do with this one? We're going to open up with Alina doing a 1-2-2 to get to level 5. However, she has actually missed. Oh, she's actually missed. That's slightly unfortunate. We will need to do a 1 here then. Ooh. Okay, we should still be okay. We're going to use Turn Red. But we are going to have to get Lena up to level 5. Okay, here comes Body Press. Excellent. It will always open with Body Press, by the way. That's guaranteed. Okay, now I want to do 1-1-2 with Glenn. We need him to be level 4. I'm going to push an extra one. That's not ideal. Okay. Glenn, Sarge's now going to do 2 level 1 attacks. Excellent. He's going to, stop me if you've heard this one before. He's going to Genius Lena. I now need to mash Lena to level 5. This is really important. She has to be level 5. Excellent. That's done. And now we're going to defend with everyone until Taurusoid uses its next move, which is Backdrop. The fact it's hit Glenn is actually pretty good because Glenn is green innate, just like Taurusoid, so he's not going to take that much damage. Okay, now that that's done, we can start pushing what we want to do. So we're going to start with Glenn's Magnify so that our damage is 1.5 times. The reason why we do it after the backdrop is because all of Taurusoid's abilities are magical, despite how they look. So Magnify would actually increase the damage that that backdrop does, and it would kill a character. So we need to be very careful with our timings. Okay, so now that that's out the way, I'm going to use an Aqua Ball on Taurusoid. Excellent, and then it's Sarge's turn to use Aqua Ball. See if you can figure out what I'm trying to do here. Okay, Glenn is going to get in a weak attack, and then is also going to use Aqua Beam. Luckily, because Taurusoid's so slow, we can get this rotation in. We need one weak attack to connect. Fantastic. We didn't get completely screwed. Time to get Frog Prince off. Doesn't he look adorable? $1,039 damage. Considering Taurusoid has 12,000 HP, that's insane. I told you, Frog Prince is OP. Anyway, reach the new growth level. Lena gets strength and resistance, not magic. That's slightly unfortunate. Glenn gets HP, strength, magic, and magic resist. Sarge gets resistance and magic. We take that one. We'll take that one. We use consumables again. We need to heal. And there we go. We can now turn off the green pillar to activate the green ring. Look at the progress we are making today. Okay, so the good news about this fourth trial is that if you do it the way I'm about to show you, you will not get into a single random encounter. Isn't that great? We're going to let this sidebot walk away. There we go. Okay. 3 trials down, 1 to go for this episode. There's actually a total of 6 pillars that we need to deactivate, but we're going to do the first 4 today because this area neatly splits itself in 2. Has to be said. Okay, so welcome to the red trial. This one's very simple. What we need to do is speak to this statue and pick a hole. It's as simple as that. The Watchkeeper faces north as we defend the fort. Whichever way the statue is facing, that is north. So in this case, it's facing to the left, where we are. So that the left is north. So what I want to do is that I want to go to the south, which is directly behind the statue. There we go. Excellent. And you'll notice that we are right next to the red pillar. Wow. Nice and easy. Nothing random about that, by the way. This will always be the case. It's not like the blue room where sometimes the treasure will be in a slightly different place. Anyway, we're gonna head back to that statue because I actually want to get those treasure chests, to the surprise of absolutely no one, I'm sure. Okay. So, simple stuff. Good, just need to climb up this wall here, which actually in real life, I personally think would be freaking terrifying. I'd be so scared of falling over. And you notice that the dragon is facing a different direction. Now, that direction is north, so right is north. And I want to go into the hole at the bottom. So, we actually want to select east. Don't be worried about how the platform rotates. The platform will always rotate clockwise. And there we go. Nice and simple. I want to open up this chest. I should have really gone the other way. That's a fire pillar. I'm gonna trigger my OCD when I go and edit this. There's the volcano trap. There's the flame charm. And there's the magma burst. Lots of red elements and accessories there. Okay. So once again, guess what? We're climbing up the wall of death. And we are back at the... Well, we're not back at the entrance yet. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Okay, and you'll see that the 4 rings are activated, but what is this platform in the middle? Well, you're just going to have to find out in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, don't forget to leave a like on the video. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye-bye!